Chiefs Kingdom, it is game day as the Jacksonville Jaguars get ready to arrive to Arrowhead to face the Kansas City Chiefs. And today I will give you 4 predictions that I have coming into the game. Before we do get into any of that, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video, as I'm going to keep you up to date on anything Kansas City Chiefs related that you do not want to miss out on. And without further ado, let's have some fun. So before we get into my predictions, first I want to state that they're not going to be any crazy predictions. They're going to be realistic, so nothing bold, just things I predict. I'm going to give you 4 of them. And before we do get into those predictions, I want to give kind of a little breakdown of the Chiefs and Jaguars, because this game is going to probably be completely different than the first meeting in Week 10, because this Jacksonville Jaguars team has improved, has matured, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but a lot of areas they underlook is that defensive side of the ball. And if you paid attention last week, they struggled early on. They did give up 27 first half points, but after that D-line, you could show the maturity, you could show they believed in each other and won, and they never gave up on that game. So Kansas City, they need to come into this game prepared to play a full 4 quarters. Even if you have a huge lead on this team, keep the gas to the pedal and keep moving forward, because this team is young, they're resilient, and they will keep going. They don't have huge names in the secondary. They have a good, young, solid D-line with their first overall draft pick in Trayvon Walker, and they don't record a lot of sacks, but they know how to make the quarterback feel uncomfortable, and they can cause pressure. So that O-line for the Kansas City Chiefs needs to stay strong, needs to give Mahomes a clean pocket, because at the end of the day, yes, Mahomes, he can scramble, he can do what he does best, but you just want him to basically have the time of day to execute the best game plan and game call. Now, we're going to flip on the offensive side of the ball for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And what other great things can you not say about Trevor Lawrence? He has matured immensely before our eyes this season, and quickly too, because when he played the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 10, the Jacksonville Jaguars were 2-6, and they looked like they were going to have another down year. But ever since then, they have won their last 6 of 7 games, and they have just been on a tear. So Kansas City, you're going to have maybe not a different game plan, but because the first one executed perfectly. In that first meeting in Week 10, Kansas City had like 6 sacks. I think they had an interception. They played really good ball. The thing that shot the Kansas City Chiefs in the foot was the offense and special teams, where they fumbled twice, 3 times. I don't know. I forgot what it was, but it was 3 turnovers in total. They need to cut that down, because if they wouldn't have turned the ball over 3 times, this would have been a blowout. So if Kansas City can play mistake-free, clean football, they can come out of this with a stress-free playoff game, which is very rare. It's very rare to get out of any game stress-free with the Kansas City Chiefs. But if they execute to perfection, it's going to be great. But going back to Trevor Lawrence, this offense, they have weapons, and they may not have top-tier weapons, but they have guys like who scare me the most in Travis Etienne in the running game. You have Christian Kirk, you have Zay Jones, you have Evan Ingram, who have all basically taken their games to the next level and have had career years with the Jacksonville Jaguars. You need to play lockdown football, and that's the thing the Kansas City Chiefs defense has been kind of playing as of late, especially in the secondary. Justin Reed has taken his game to the next level ever since the Cincinnati Bengals. We know what Trent McDuffie has become. He is becoming a star. And also with the sights of L'Jarius Sneed and the young guns in there himself, and Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson. Trevor Lawrence is going to test these boys, and they got to be ready for the calling, because if you let Trevor Lawrence do his thing, you're going to get a shootout with both of them going back and forth with Mahomes and Chiefs Kingdom. We know that's not what we want. But I feel today is the day the defense will be the story to talk about at the end of the day. And with all of that, let's jump into my 4 predictions. And we're going to start off with number 1. And he mentioned it himself earlier in the week. And I just think it's time to get the monkey off his back. And Chris Jones will walk away with a sack today. But I wanted to make it more interesting than that. George Karlaftis, he will walk away with his first sack after today. Like I mentioned, in Week 10, the Kansas City Chiefs were constant with pressure on Trevor Lawrence. I expect nothing to be different here. I expect them to make his life hell and get after him early and often. That's why I expect Chris Jones to come away with a sack and George Karlaftis. Maybe today in total, and that could be bold too, maybe they could walk away with 5 sacks. That's the boldest part I'm going to get in this. But my early, and I kind of want to make signature definition plays, will be George Karlaftis and Chris Jones coming away with sacks out of this. Now let's flip on to the offensive side of the ball. And one star I'm going to focus on, and he has been a sight to see in Kansas City. He has given this Chiefs offense explosiveness, elusiveness, and I expect Kadarius Toney to make himself a name in this game. Again, this is not going to be nothing crazy, nothing bizarre, but I expect Kadarius Toney to have, I'm going to say 60. I'm going to say 60 total scrimmage yards and walk away with a touchdown. I wanted to bump it up to 80, but again, I'm trying to be realistic more than bold. I feel like Kadarius Toney is coming into his own. You can see he is grasping the playbook, and you can see Mahomes is targeting him early and often. And with McCole Hardman still being out, who else would you want to give your jet sweep packages to, your hill packages to, than Kadarius Toney? We haven't unveiled it in full. What better time to do it than playoff football time? And he had his best game of the year, and I think his first game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's let him go off again against the Jaguars. I expect to see him have a big day. I know 60 total yards and a touchdown isn't crazy, but it depends on how you get that yardage. And I feel like he's going to make some plays where like he could be a future star receiver in this system. Kadarius Toney, 60 yards and a touchdown, signature, book it down. Now, let's flip right back onto the defensive side of the ball. And like I mentioned, today will be the first of many things with Chris Jones, George Karlaftis. Let's go into the secondary now, and let's focus on Justin Reid and Trent McDuffie. I don't know if they will both get picks. I really didn't know who to decide which one I wanted to come down with a pick, so I'm going to just leave it open. Let's discuss it in the comments. Who is getting their first pick as a Kansas City Chief? Is it going to be Trent McDuffie? Is it going to be Justin Reid? I'm kind of leaning towards Trent McDuffie, but like I mentioned, do not slight Justin Reid whatsoever. He has turned his play immensely after the Cincinnati Bengal game, and he has been playing baller-type football in the secondary, and he has also been laying the wood on tackling running backs, tight ends, receivers, you name it. That's why I wanted to add him to the conversation. So Chiefs Kingdom, comments down below. Justin Reid, Trent McDuffie, who's walking away with their first interception as a Kansas City Chief? One of them is going to do it. I really believe it. And to wrap this video up, we are going to switch to the offensive side of the ball. And of course, this is going to be the video of first. This is going to be the game of first. This might be the one that might be the most bold because he hasn't done much this season. But like I mentioned with Kadarius Toney, it is time to unleash. It is time to have fun. And Sky Moore is back in the offense. He is active. He is healthy. Why not give him his first touchdown? Let him go nuts. Now, I don't mean nuts, but I mean even if you're on the goal line and it's a quick slant or if it's a quick screenplay, let the kid get his first touchdown. I do not know why I'm feeling it today, but I really feel like he'll get a touchdown. Like I said, I'm not going to say he's going to go for 50 yards because that's kind of bold for me. But I feel like in those small red zone packages, he might get a 10-yard touchdown. He might be in the game plan. At least I'm hoping. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know I have been a huge Sky Moore fan. So it's time for him to get his first touchdown, Chiefs Kingdom. I am so hopeful for it. But with that, I am closing this video out. I wanted to give you guys a quick video before kickoff. You could tell the jitters are here, but it's not nervous jitters. It's like that Christmas morning type of jitters where I'm ready to open the presents. I'm ready to have fun. I'm ready to watch this game. And I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs will advance, of course, because I'm always representing and it's going to be my team. But I do feel like it's going to be a way different game than Week 10. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a bigger threat than most people believe. Actually, a lot of people are believing it because I do see a lot of upset picks over the Kansas City Chiefs for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But you can't disrespect him, and that is Patrick Mahomes, and he plays different when the lights are on, so it's going to be fun, and that's what Chiefs Kingdom is all about. But with that, I am checking out. Dive in the comments before the game. Let me know what are some of your predictions headed forward, and let's have fun. Let's go crazy today, Chiefs Kingdom. Trevor Lawrence, question your noise. Get loud out there. I wish I was with y'all guys, but I will be there watching in the game on TV, so please be sure to subscribe. Please be sure if you did like this video, give me that big thumbs up. I'm checking out. Y'all take care.